We're in Ruffin, South Carolina, just outside Walterboro at Gravano Farms with owner Dan Gravano. And Dan, thank you for having us here today.
Thank you, Amy.
Well, you are a wholesale producer of annual color transplants and bedding plants for the local garden centers and nurseries all over the state. And we were walking around earlier looking at your plants, and I saw lots of familiar annuals like geraniums and other plants. And you have some production techniques that are a little different. So tell us about those calliope geraniums.
Oh yeah, most people grow them in bigger pots. It's a vigorous plant, and we grow them in a 4.5-inch container, and we've used some techniques to keep them compact and multi-branching and multi-flower heads. And we start everything in-house from unrooted cuttings, so we don't buy in liners, so we have more control over the plant from start to finish.
So for someone maybe choosing plants for a container or a hanging basket or window box, these smaller plants, we give them a little bit more opportunity to mix and match plants in a container.
That's right.
Speaking of mixing and matching, you like to play around with color combinations. Tell us a little bit about your Calibracoa combos.
Oh yeah, we tried to do some different things just to keep it fresh. So we stuck multi-cutting, direct stuck cuttings in 4-inch pots, and we have different color combinations of Calibracoa coming on and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to seeing those in the local garden centers this summer.
Oh yeah.
You have some beautiful ranunculus growing. Tell us about that plant.
It's a great early spring plant. It's short and sweet, and people love them. You know, it's cool weather, high light, big, beautiful show.
Beautiful flowers. Wow. They seem like they would be good for special events, baskets and containers. It's a really, really nice plant. You've done a great job growing those.
It is. It's a lot of joy in a little pot.
Definitely. Yeah. Another colorful plant you have growing here are nemesias. Tell us about nemesias and where people can put those in their landscape.
Combination kind of containers are great with nemesias, and we grow them where they're multi-branching and a lot of color to it. Just another cool weather plant that's great for early spring before the other, warmer season stuff comes on.
Dan, you obviously propagate a lot of plants here at Gravano Farms. Tell us about the process of taking a plant from cutting to the garden center.
Okay, we book our cuttings with different brokers. The cuttings come from overseas and they ship to us overnight. From there we stick them in the refrigerator overnight, let them get stiff again, because sometimes they're wilting when they come in. And then we plant them in a soilless mix in a seed tray. And from there we put them under mist and have a bottom heat which keeps the soil warm and lets them root. Mm-hmm. And it usually takes between 7 and 10 days for most of the stuff to root. And then we have different processes after that. We have different stages of bringing them on. And then from there we bump them up, or we transplant them into the final container. Okay. And then from there they stay about another month, and then they fill out, and then we send them out the door.
Dan, thank you so much for having us here today, showing us around your beautiful greenhouses and showing us your process for taking a unrooted cutting and getting it out to the garden centers all throughout South Carolina, and we'll look forward to seeing these beautiful plants there.
My pleasure, and thank you, Amy, for coming. I enjoyed it.